I know that, like me, you probably grew up very Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Did you do the whole 9 yards? Were you choir boy?
Altar boy.
Altar boy.
Did the funerals. Did you do the funerals?
No, I was because they could tell that I could actually enunciate pretty well. They made me what's called the lectern, which is the guy who reads, certain passages.
We didn't have that.
Yeah, well, they would, it's usually like the priest does it, but they would have someone step in and read a couple of passages, and they were like, "This guy can enunciate, and he knows how." Yeah, literally, they were like, "This kid enunciates," and in Boston, nobody enunciates. Everyone else just sounded like they had a bunch of clamshells in their mouth. And then in the corner, I was saying, "And on the third day, he rose." Jeez. In fulfillment of the scripture, he's seated at the right hand of the Father. He'll come again in glory to judge the living and the dead. And they're like, "We got to use this guy," So they had me doing that. But I envied like you get to ring the bells. I didn't get to ring the bells.
I was a bell guy.
You sound like I'm a bell
bragging.
guy. Yeah,
you're bragging.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting guys for a bank job. Do we have a bell guy? I'm a bell guy.
I held the water. You ever held the water for the?
No. Where they fling the water at people.
So I had the little bucket and thing. Yeah, I did the whole thing over at St. Cecilia Parish in 1985. So yeah.
Wow, you guys are so cool.
Yeah, aren't we?
You were at St. Cecilia's in 85, huh? I was at St. Ignatius, St. Lawrence. I worked a couple of churches. This is the 70s. I'm an older guy than you, but the 70s was really the time to be in a Catholic church. I'll tell you something. But no, I remember we had a priest that used to, all of our priests, were pretty much, they were either Italian or Irish, but we had one guy whose his thing was he had always had change in his pocket, and he was real like a club comic, and he would jingle the change in his pocket and walk around and and give the homily. And it was always in like a very folksy and kind of working jokes in and stuff. And then he'd always end the mass by saying, they're supposed to just say, so go in peace to love and serve the Lord. That's what they're supposed to do at the end of the mass. And be like, go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. See you around. Jeez. What's Jesus think about this ending? Different. Did you do confession? Did you go to confession?
Did confession.
I always froze in confession. I didn't know what to say. I would make shit up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would say I murdered a man, and I would say anything, but I didn't confess anything real.
Nothing. There's nothing going on back then where I didn't walk in when I was 13 and say, "Oh yeah, committed adultery." There was none of that. It was.
I coveted my neighbor's wife. You got to see this broad.
Yeah, no, I did all that. I did the confession. I went every Sunday. Did the gave the money.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, my being Italian, you just give the money, and we never put it in the envelope that you're supposed to put it in. They give you like an envelope, you put it in, and then you put your name, so you gave. You just peel it off, just a crisp 20 right into the.
Nice. That made me think of like some wise ass kid. There was it was Christmas time, and they had this beautiful creche, the little the manger, and there was everyone's gathered around, Mary, and everyone's there. They're the shepherds, the wise men, the sheep, the donkey, and they're all looking over in great reverence. And some wise ass had taken the baby Jesus out and put a $20 bill down.
Oh,
so it looked like it's the almighty dollar. And I remember really thinking that was funny, and my mom swatting me, saying, "No, that's not funny." But I don't think they ever found that Jesus.